In today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys about the Gen 2 KG trail camera. From the Gen 1 to the Gen 2, we've made a lot of upgrades, and today I'm going to show you what all those upgrades are and just how awesome this camera is. And then we're out here in the woods, so I'm going to show you the best place to set it up. So this here is the box the trail cameras come in, and all the stuff's in here. First thing you're going to notice is our Gen 2 KG camo. It's way cleaner, the colors are better, and you can just tell it looks so much better. The second upgrade is these bigger, heavier duty, stouter just buckles right here. Opposed to the ones on the Gen 1, they can be a little finicky, they're kind of small. They work great, but these are just overall better. Our third upgrade is the strap buckle. You can look at the Gen 1 over here versus the Gen 2 right here. This one's a lot thicker, it's more plastic, it should last a lot longer and lock a lot tighter. Once we dive on into the insides of both of them, they look fairly similar and the controls are all the same, so you don't have to learn a new system or anything. On the Gen 2, we did add this little roper here in the battery compartment. That way it's easier to get in there to the batteries. Also on the Gen 2, we've made it more user friendly, so whenever you pop out a battery, you can actually look in there if you can see that. It says AA 1.5 volts. That's actually super important because your average AA battery is 1.5 volts, but sometimes you can get some which are a little less powerful, especially the rechargeable ones are oftentimes 1.2 volts. Definitely make sure that your AA batteries are 1.5 volts in these cameras. Now, good thing about this is that, hey, if you only have 4 batteries, that's okay. Just load up the top deck or the bottom deck, and you only need 4 batteries to get this thing running. 8 batteries is preferred just because it's twice as much battery life. And now for the biggest upgrade between the Gen 1 and the Gen 2 KG trail cameras, and it's this right here, the camera. This camera is insane. Like, we went from here way up there on top of the tree. Like, the camera itself shoots 30 megapixels in camera mode, and in video mode it shoots up to 4K, which is literally insane for a trail camera. So let's come on in here and we'll just show you how to set it up. It has this basic switch right down here, on, set up and off. We're setting it up, so we turned it to set up. We're going to come right in here to menu and go into mode. You have a photo mode, a video mode, and a photo and video mode. Today, you know, I think we're going to put it on photo mode. Photo resolution up to 30 megapixels. Then you have 24, 20, 16, 12, and 8. Personally, I go with 20 megapixels because it's a little easier on storage, a little bit easier on the processor, and just overall 20 megapixels super high quality, and I feel like it's a good middle ground. If you want super high quality photos, go for that 30 megapixels. Photo series, you can put it to where it takes 1 picture, 2 pictures, or 3 pictures right in a row. That way if a buck walks through one time, you have the chance to get 3 pictures real fast just in case he's turning his head the wrong way in one of them. Video resolution. That top one right there is 4K. With mega high quality photo, there is some drawbacks. With the 4K, you only get 10 frames per second, so it's kind of like a choppy video. Then you have the 1520p, 20 frames per second, a little bit better. Then if you want standard quality to where it looks like a normal video, no choppiness at all, because if you didn't know, our eyes actually see in roughly 24 frames per second. If you want to have a normal video, no choppy at all, go with the 1080p, which is still high definition. If you want to save storage, you also have 720, 480, and then another 480 option. Video length, you set how long you want it. Audio recording, yes, have that on, that way you can hear the sounds the animals are making. Shot lag, you set it. If you're at a corn pile, there's a chance those deer, those animals could be at that corn pile for like an hour, so you might want to turn that shot lag up to like 2 minutes or maybe 5 minutes. That way you don't have thousands of pictures of the same animal. Where at the same time, if you're setting it up on a trail, you might want to set that shot lag at like 5 seconds, because when the animal comes through, he may come through once a week. You want to get as many pictures of that animal as possible. Side motion sensors, we always have those on. Sensitivity motion sensors, you have low, middle, and high. If you're trying to catch a mouse, maybe put it on high. If you're only trying to catch like a big bear or something and you don't really care that much about squirrels and stuff, maybe you want to turn it on middle or low. I usually always keep it on middle though. It pretty much catches everything and doesn't have as many random wild pictures of a leaf shaking. Sometimes that happens though, and that's just part of it. As for target time recording, I usually keep that off, but you can set it up to where you only get pictures during a certain time. For my uses, I never use that. So, time-lapse mode, I usually don't use the time-lapse mode. Language, I assume you probably speak English, otherwise you have no idea what I'm saying. Time and date, you set your time, you set your date. Photo stamp, it even has password protection. In case, if you have a little brother and you don't want him seeing what kind of bucks you got, yeah, go for it. Then you have the beep sound, you can turn it off, yada yada, and then the rest are just basic settings. But we can't forget about the biggest feature on this trail camera. Like, whenever I went to make this trail camera, I had owned and bought and kind of wasted a lot of money on a lot of cameras, because some cameras are good, a lot of cameras are bad, and then all in between. So what I wanted to do is make my own trail camera, which literally had all the features I wanted and none of them that I don't. For some reason, companies don't do that. I don't know, but my biggest feature, built-in LCD screen, because I can check the camera, I can check the pictures right here. I don't even have to take it off the tree. I don't have to take the memory card out of it. You just turn on your camera, go into the replay button, and now you can go back and you can look at all the pictures that you have. If you ever want to get higher quality pictures or you want to pull those off, just simply come down here, take your memory card out of the camera, put it into the computer, look at them on that. Or also in the box, it comes with this little cable. You can plug it up to a computer, plug it in the camera. You don't need to take the memory card out. I should mention right here, the batteries are AA, super popular, whatever. And then for the memory card, it's just a micro SD card. I would go on Amazon, get you like a 32 gigabyte one. Should be under $10, I reckon. Now also in the box, you do have that cable where you can hook it up to a computer. And then you have this, in case you want to hook it up to a tree. You want to like drill it in, or drill it into a fence post, or maybe something that's, you can't really use the strap on. And then you also have this little thing where you hook it up to this, and you kind of have like 360 manipulation as to where you want to point it. So these are really great, but for today, we're going to be using the strap. And let me show you how to set it up. Another important thing that most trail cameras get totally wrong, in my opinion, is the lens. Like, the angle of lens. We've calculated this to be about a 25mm wide angle lens. So you can see in this picture right here in the frame, we have that deer feeder, which is way over there, and the other side of the Defender. Now zoom in on that camera, that's super wide angle. So it's really hard to mess up with this camera because it sees everything. And so that's really awesome. That means you don't have to go back 10 yards and set up a trail camera. If I want a picture of something that'll be walking right through here, I can even take my camera and look at it right here. I can look on the screen and I can see. If something walks 3 yards in front of the camera, I'm going to get every bit of it. And that's what's important to me. So we're just going to pick out a good tree right here. This one looks good. It looks like it's going to be looking right up there. And then I'm just going to go ahead and use the strap and get it going. You can put it on the tree to start, and then you can always fine adjust later. But put it on there. There we go. And then for this little strap, you just come in and crank it down. And it locks in right there. Now you have a little starting point. Now you may look at it and you may say, yeah, I think it needs to be angled down just a little bit. Well, all you gotta do if you want it angled down, here's a little quick tip. Look on the ground, grab a stick about like this, and just come in here, pull the camera back a little bit, and put that stick right behind the camera just like that. It puts it up, angles a little bit more, and now I can look right here. I can look out there, I see where it's looking. You can even turn it on, take a test photo or something, but for right now, I'm pretty confident in it, so I'm just going to line her up. Looks good. Come in here, and then to set this thing up, all I have to do is go from setup, turn it to on, and it's going to start the countdown. Shut it back and come back in about a week or something and see what you got. Guys, that right there is the Gen 2 KG trail camera. I'm super excited about it. I think it looks stinking sick. And more importantly, the best part about it, we done all those upgrades and we didn't increase the price at all. So there you go. They're on the website right now. KendallGray1.com/shop, or we're going to make it the first link down in the description.